Let's go over 10 things you did not know about Dynasty College Football 25. At this point in the year, you probably think you know every single thing. I promise you, it's probably going to be 1, 2, maybe even 10 things in this video that you did not know and you learned today. If you are the person that know all 10, let me know down in the description. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the ebook/membership. Appreciate the support on that. Let's hop into it. First, let's talk about job offers, man. I get a lot of comments asking, how do I get the school that I want to go to as my coach, whether it's the offense, defensive coordinator, or your head coach. Maybe you started at a small program, you win a championship, want to go to another program, but you want to go to your program of choice. Unfortunately, is no great way to do this, man. When you set your alma mater, when you start in your head coach, people were saying, well, if you make that the school you actually want to go to, then you'll get more likely to get a job offer from that school. Please do that. But there's also a method to do it. It's a little cheesy, but it does work with time. It may take a little bit of time. When you hit week 17, week 16, you want to create a save file. And then every time you advance to this first week of the bowl, this first bowl week, this is where you get the job offers, man. And if you just create a save file, every single time you go back on a save file, if you don't like these job offers right here, you could go back to that save file and redo it, and you'll get a different role of head coaches. You'll get a different set of job offers every single time. Sometimes it'll be offense coordinators. Here we only got offense and defensive coordinator jobs, man. And we had a phenomenal season here at Georgia. 10-3. We made our conference championship, end up losing it, but yet we only got offensive coordinator jobs. Well, guess what? When you start off at the SEC, it's like, it's nowhere for you to move up. Like, you already at, the best program, Georgia, and if there's not another SEC head coach job, we're not going to get the offer. So, but if we advance another week here, we'll get different job offers, of course, and some of them will go away, some more jobs will open up, kind of how it happens in real life. Back over here to the coaching carousel. And guess what? Now we have no head coach offers, man. We have none. We have no offers right now. If we advance again, let's see what happens. Advanced again, still have no job offers, man. So just keep that in mind. Like, you could create that save file. Is it cheesy? 100%. But if you want that head coach job at whatever school, you could create that save file. You might have to do it a bunch of times, but eventually you may get that head coach offer at the school you want. When it comes to sliders, your best bet is either default Heisman or even like whether you like default All-American. In my experience, the sliders are super janky. Maybe I just haven't found the proper sliders. Maybe I need to do a profile reset and reset my whole entire thing. But sliders are super janky, even to the point where you have some guys keeping the sliders the same, but they're using auto subs as sliders. And I tried it. For me, didn't really work. I didn't see much success. But some people believe that auto subs is directly tied to like animations and then also like gameplay stuff instead of just having players sub in and out. And if that's the case, it's like, what is sliders for, man? So sliders in this game is just janky. I'll turn the sliders down to make the gameplay more difficult, and it'll get easier for me, and it makes no sense. So I said, for me, default Heisman or default All-American, whatever your preference is, that's probably going to be the best sliders. Unless y'all got something better, drop them down below and I'll try them. Next, I recently dropped a video on this, so I'll quickly cover this, man. You could change any single player archetype in this game, man. We got Alex right here. He's a man-to-man corner. We know man-to-man corners are good, but it's better corners. Slot is going to be your best in the game, man. So we have the ability to change him to a slot corner. So we come over here, we press triangle on them, come over to edit player, and we're going to move him over to safety. Then all we're going to do is move him. We're going to do it at this screen, though. You got to do it at this screen. If you do it during position change week at the off season, he will then not change. Like, his archetype will not actually change. Then we come back in here, we're going to move him over to corner. His stats are going to stay the same, but his overall may drop. And now his overall did drop a little bit, but now he's classified as a slot corner. And like I said, the thing we know about slot corners, they develop better and more evenly. Man-to-man corners, you see, got the high man coverage, no zone coverage, 77 for 90 overall. To only have 77 zone coverage, not good. Compared to, you see, the slot corners, they develop both. So just keep that in mind. You could change players' tendencies. You can also do it for corner. You can do it for wide receivers or tight end, wide receivers, O-line. You can do it for a lot of different positions. I dropped the video on it, so that's all we're going to talk about. Let's also just super quickly go over traits. At this point, y'all all should know what traits is. Press triangle on your player, come over to stats, and every player have a set of traits. Come over here, just come down to traits. And especially for quarterbacks, it's important to see. Since the pressure, paranoid, it tells me two things, man. If he has a little bit of pressure in the pocket, he throw the ball, he's more likely for that ball to be inaccurate. That's what I believe paranoid means. And then also paranoid, these traits also affect simulation. So sometimes decision maker conservative, you wonder why your guy is not picking up major stats in simulation. Well, he's conservative. He's not taking shots downfield. He's Tua out there, man. No disrespect to Tua, but you got Tua at quarterback. He's a 90 overall Tua. Don't want to take no shots. He's paranoid in the pocket, so just keep that in mind. Every single player got traits, super simple, just check them, and it might be the deciding factor who you start. Number 5, let's talk about overall, man. It's not what you think in this game. Overall works very strange in the system. I'll bring up 2K25, really all the 2Ks. The way overall works in that game is, you have a point guard, a shooting guard. Their overall, let's say they're a 93 overall point guard. It don't matter what tendency. If they're a shot creator, a three-point guy, a layup dunker, whatever, it don't matter what their tendency, their archetype is. They're a 93 overall as a point guard. In this game, it all matters their tendency, their archetype. So this guy, he's a 93 overall with the boost as an improviser quarterback. Well, if you change him over to a scrambler, which you can do, his overall is going to drop. So he's just not a 93 overall quarterback. He's a 93 overall improviser. So therefore, sometimes you'll have some players trapped into the wrong body, into the wrong archetype tendency. I know it sounds crazy. So you see a guy here, he's a scrambler as an 89 overall. Well, what if he was classified as a field general? Then his overall would be a lot lower. He has a 93 speed. His overall might only be a 85, or maybe, a 80, it will be lower. So you have some guys trapped in the wrong tendencies, and you have to identify them during, you have to actually look at their stats. So that's why you're able to actually change these tendencies. I just showed y'all how to do that earlier in the video, but you have some stuff like that. Overall is not what you think. You got to look at their attributes, because you might have a 90 overall man corner and he's a great player. Well, guess what? He's only good at man coverage. He's not a 90 overall corner. Man corner. You got to keep in mind that man part. So when you switch their tendency to slot, that's why they overall changed, because he's not a good slot corner. So this could help with a bunch of different things. If you have a guy maxed out in overall, he's completely capped. He reached his skill caps. Well, guess what? If you just change his tendency, like I showed y'all, like you could now he has the potential to get better. And his overall will drop because you're changing him to a tendency where he's not maxed out. But now he has a chance to upgrade and get better, and those attributes will stay exactly the same. You change a guy's tendency, their attributes stay the same, their overall drop, because they're not that overall in that tendency, if that makes sense. I know it's a lot of talking. Y'all with me? That's why you'll have a 90 overall power back, a 90 overall receiving back, and a 90 overall elusive back. Every single time, I'm going with that 90 overall power back, because their actual stats are better, in my opinion, at least, man. And I think in a lot of people's opinions, power backs, I think a lot of people like power backs in this game, but their overall sometimes just don't get as high, but their stats look way, way better, in my opinion. So just keep that in mind overall. And then also when it comes to team overall, we're 89 overall team. I believe that factors in your best players and your worst players, and it's like a combination. I don't know how exactly they do it, but if you cut all your low overall players, then your team overall will shoot up. But team overall really means nothing, man. When you actually simulating games, it's going by your actual players' ratings. So I had a 94 overall team, but my quarterback was like a 60 overall, and we did horrible because our quarterback is the most important position, and his overall was low. Even though our team overall was high in simulation, that does not matter. You got to have actually individual players with good overalls, especially at the position that matter the most, quarterback. Staying on simulation, playbook matters a lot. Scheme matters a lot, man. Just keep that in mind. You got to look at your team, what they're good at, and you got to put them in the best possible position to succeed. So air raid offense. Clemson is a very good playbook for winning the Heisman, also winning the national championship. But you got to have like a field general quarterback. You probably want a field general or improviser. Maybe you could do a scrambler. Wouldn't suggest it. I would suggest those other two. So just keep that in mind. Know all these playbooks are not the same. You can win a national championship with any playbook if your team's good enough. But if you have the right playbook with the right players, your team will play a lot better, man. If you have speed rushers, if you have super fast edge rushers, 3-3-5 is one of the best playbooks for getting sacks. If you have super fast players coming off the edge, in my experience, that works. If you're not going after these speed rushes, if you're not moving running backs to D-line, you might not want to go with the 3-3-5, man. So just know some stuff like that will help out. Tip number 7, you could force any player to transfer. I covered this yesterday, so guess what? We're going to do a super quick. Come over here to the retire, create character. I just know it's somebody out there that does not know this, man. Come over here to any team you would like. You can look at whatever program, whatever players you want to transfer. We're going to go to their current head coach. Then we're just going to go to our roster, and this screen pops up, encourage the transfer. And now you have the chance to force any player to transfer. Quinn Ewers, we want him to be around for another senior year. We want him to be in the league for the next 20 years. We could do that. We could force him to transfer. We could force seniors to transfer, and they'll stay in college football. Arch Manning, you're in the portal now. Tip number 8. So we're going to cover a lot with this one right here, man. It's going to be like 3 tips in one. I want to give y'all so much value in this video that y'all walk away with at least a couple things. So first, motivator. If you want your coach, when you make a new coach, if you want him to level up the fastest, get to level 50 the fastest, go with motivator. Go with motivator and keep your coach as a motivator. To keep him as a motivator, you have to continue to upgrade in motivator, so that's your primary category. So just keep that in mind. Offensive aggressiveness, it matters. Same with defensive. How much? I have no idea. It matters though. It means something in this game. So up it. That's what I usually do, man. Up it because I want to let's be aggressive, man. It matters. It also impacts how the computer plays against you. I don't think it has any impact on recruiting. And then also adaptive AI also matters, man. Throw that on aggressive as well. I believe it just makes the CPU play a little bit aggressive, more aggressive. I mean, it's simple. I believe that's what it does. Pipeline, also very small boost. If you want to throw that on whatever city, whatever state you're going to, feel free. It's not that big of a deal. Also, when you're deciding your school and you're looking at the coaches and you decide you want to create your own coach or go with the current head coach, just know these head coaches that for every single team, they're based off the real life head coach. This is based off Brian Kelly. Yes, his name is Brian. That's a coincidence. But you go to Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss. That coach build is going to be based off Lane Kiffin, man. So just know that. They don't have the names because they couldn't do that this year. They didn't pay the coaches, whatever. It'll be in the game next year. But still know that coach build is based off of that coach, Kirby Smart. That's his coach build. So it's going to be upgraded how they thought Kirby Smart should have been. So keep that in mind. If you want to go to a program and act like that head coach, feel free to do that. It's actually is that head coach build, and you can actually change the coach name. So I could change the way he look and everything if I actually wanted him to be, Brian Kelly. And last thing I'll cover here, it's a glitch for hard sells. Y'all should know at this point, if you want to put a hard and soft sell on the same player, that's going to be the best possible way to get any recruit. And it's something you need to know if you have an online dynasty. If you choose to use it in your offline dynasty, that's up for you. So let's just say this guy pitches college experience, man. You want to put the pitch on, come in here, remove it. Then we're going to come in here. Then we're going to move him all the way to our first player on the board, man. And this glitch been in the game all year, and they never passed it. What we doing, EA? So we come back over here. Now all we're going to do is put that same hard sell on, then put that same soft sell on, and now it allows you to put the same exact hard and soft sell on. It's not supposed to be that way. You're not supposed to do that. And like I said, it don't matter. Like, we just put a random sell on. You could do it with the correct hard sell, but this is not supposed to be in the game. But this is going to be the fastest way to get recruits. Use it if you would like. Number 10. If you made it this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all boys, man. The last thing I want to cover here, and it's interesting. So first of all, we forced Quinn Ewers to come back, and he's another senior. He's still with the program. He actually re-signed with Texas, and we forced him to enter the portal, but he re-signed, which is interesting. But like I said here, man, the last thing is going to be speed rushing outside linebackers, but it's more. You also got the slot wide receivers, and then you also got like the deep throw, deep whatever quarterback that's glitched. If you see that archetype, it's not supposed to be there. So you come over here to pretty much a lot of players, man. A lot of players, especially on defense, you just try to move a guy to outside linebacker. Oftentimes, he'll turn into a speed rushing outside linebacker, and they'll never develop. You see here, man, he's a left outside linebacker. We want to move him to a right outside linebacker. He turns into a speed rusher. That is useless for us, man. He would never develop. Now, it is a way to make it useful. If you want a guy to, convert to a lower overall, he will actually get more coins faster. And then if you move him back to his original position the next year, he will spend all them coins at once and his overall will shoot up. For example, if you got a freshman like this, 73 overall, he's a DN. He's not good enough to start. He's going to redshirt on this team, 73 overall. Well, if you want to get cheesy, you can move him over to receiver, which he'll convert to a slot receiver. And we know slot receivers never develop in overall. They will not go up in overall. It's pretty much a glitch in the game. But the thing is, since his overall is so low, it's so cheap for him to get coins, for him to get actual coins to level up. And, every player in that top right corner, they get coins over time. But because his overall so low, it might only cost him 500 XP for him to get the first coin. Compared to being a 73, 74 overall, it might cost him 1,000, 5,000. We don't know that actual number because it don't tell us. Madden tells us. This game does not. But the lower overall you are, the least it costs to get coins. And you're just able to keep stacking up them coins. And because the archetype is glitched, he'll never actually spend them coins. So you just move him back over to the D line the following year of position changes. And he's a redshirt freshman. He wasn't going to play anyway. He'll use all them coins at once and his overall will shoot up. It's cheesy, 100%. Don't do it if you don't want to do it, but it's worth knowing. That's all I got for y'all boys, man. If y'all enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all want to see next. Let me know anything I missed down below. I'll probably make another video like this later in the year, so it might be in that video. Appreciate y'all for watching. We on to the next one.